HQ presented by Geico. We are 2 weeks away from the NBA's trade deadline, and we're starting to see teams make some moves. The Heat trading for Terry Rozier this week. The Raptors moving Pascal Siakam last week. The deadline, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on February the 8th, 14 days from now. Let's welcome in NBA writer and analyst Bill Ryder for more on that. Bill, you're in L.A., so we're going to talk Lakers off the jump here. In terms of the deadline, what are their biggest obstacles that they're facing?
Yeah, there are two things, Jeremy, that stand in the way of the Lakers getting a deal done. And I'm told that they would like to bring in at least an upgrade in terms of a positional player who can help, and maybe another level star. Two things stand in the way. One, the way that you're able to trade assets down the line is based on years. So you can't trade that 2031 pick until after this season. If the Lakers wait until after the season's over and get to free agency, they would have 3 tradable first-round picks, and it'd be a lot easier to go get a superstar if they feel like they still have a window with LeBron and AD next year. LeBron has player option, so it's complicated. The other issue is the way that the Lakers view Austin Reeves and the way that the rest of the league views and values the rest of that roster and who might be available. I'm told that there's been on-again, off-again conversations involving the Hawks and the Lakers surrounding DeJounte Murray. It's been almost close, and then it's been dead, and then it's been on again. And those conversations, I'm told, largely surround Austin Reeves. The Atlanta Hawks want him as part of a deal. The Lakers are holding fast so far. Other GMs around the country have talked to the Lakers, say that Austin Reeves is, for them as well, just a sticking point in getting a deal done. So unless the Lakers decide that they want to move on from Austin Reeves, at least right now, it's going to be difficult for them to go and make a move that really helps them this season.
The Lakers sitting 9th in the West, as you saw on the board there, 1 game below 500. Tonight, they are taking on the Bulls, and one of the names that we had as someone new to be moved was Zach LaVine of said Bulls. But Bill, how is the latest injury setback for him affecting his value as we hit the deadline?
Yeah, it has an impact, and LaVine's name has been tossed around in a lot of places, including with that Lakers organization as an option to look at. And even before this injury, Jeremy, there were concerns. His style of play, the view that he's frail. Obviously had an injury earlier in the season and missed ample time, and now there's the question about this injury, how long he'll be out. And really, I think not just this ankle injury, but it reinforces the concern out there that it takes a lot to get this guy. And is he going to be available? Is he going to be healthy? And he's not the most desired candidate out there. DeJounte Murray is preferred by a lot of teams. So we'll see crazy things happen as we get closer to the trade deadline. There's always desperation in front offices, especially from organizations like the Lakers, and they're not alone in this, who aren't where they want to be and feel like they need to make a push and have to be better than they've been. But at least right now, it certainly dampens, I'm told, the expectation and the possibility that a deal gets done for this player.
He's played 25 games so far this season. So, Bill, is it a fair expectation to say that he's likely going to be staying put, or do you expect him that he's going to be moved?
So if I had to bet money, which I've been known to do a time or two, Jeremy, if I was putting actual money down, I would bet that he is going to be a Chicago Bull. But that said, I didn't think Adrian Griffin was getting fired a couple days ago after leading his team to a 30-13 record with the Bucks. So the NBA moves quickly, things change, and if there's a market opportunity, right, there's also, if the Bulls get desperate enough that they lower that price, you might see a team, and I think the Lakers are one to keep an eye on, who might come in and say, okay, we don't have to move, for example, Austin Reeves anymore. Maybe we get a deal because this asset, the value of LaVine has gone down because of the injury. It's possible. I don't think it's likely.
All right, let's get to a couple games coming up tonight. Joel Embiid put on a show against rookie phenom Victor Wembanyama on Monday night, set a new Sixers record for points, 70. Sixers go to Indiana tonight. What are you expecting for an encore here, Bill?
100 points. It's time for the second 100-point. No, look, that was a ridiculous game. This Pacers team obviously hasn't been winning since they went out and they got Pascal Siakam, but they fought the Nuggets really hard the other night. I think it's all going to come together when Halliburton gets out there and they can spend some time playing together. I think the Pacers are going to be good. That time is probably not tonight, Jeremy. So, no, it's not going to be 70, 80, 100 points. What's insane about what Embiid is doing is it wouldn't be shocking if he goes out there and has a 35-15 kind of night, and it's going to feel underwhelming. This guy's averaging the most minutes, as we see there, first most points per minute in the history of the NBA. He's literally having a historically great season, and he's in the zone. Had those 70 with just 2 3-point shots and made 1. So is he going to have 70, 80? No, probably not. Could he have 30 or 40? It's almost routine and pedestrian for him now.
We're crowning him already as a repeat MVP?
If he plays, so I have a vote, so I probably shouldn't do this. And anything can change and narratives can change. But I really hope that he plays 65 games. That's the new threshold, Jeremy, because every year voting for this thing is excruciating. And I would love Embiid to keep playing like this and make it really easy for me.
And you see his odds there. He is the favorite at plus 130 to repeat as the league's MVP. All right, the Miami Heat traded for Terry Rozier this week, and he debuted last night, 29 minutes, and he had 9 points, and the Heat lost a 4th straight game. They go back-to-back. They have the Celtics tonight. What's going on with the Heat right now, Bill?
Look, they're the same team they always are, and I think I'm done doubting these guys, and I've talked to folks in that front office a lot since I covered them 10 years ago. They believe that their culture and their unique approach to basketball just means they think that they're smarter, that they're better, that they're more capable, they're more clutch, they're built for the postseason the way other teams aren't, and I think there's something to that, Jeremy. You're right. They're not playing right now in the regular season. They're just not worried about regular season standings. They're going to make a push. They're obviously going to try not to be in that play and make sure they're in that top 6 spot. I think Terry Rozier is a huge addition. I think it's a perfect fit. It always takes a while for new guys to figure it out. Sometimes it takes 10, 15, 20 games, and we're in the middle of a season, so I'm not worried about one night. They're not playing at the level that would be expected of a contender in most organizations. The Heat don't view themselves as most organizations. I think they showed that last year, that run to the finals as a long shot. So the answer to your question, they're doing what they always do in the regular season. They're being lackadaisical, and they think they're going to figure it out.
Playing for the postseason. They've lost 4 straight for the 2nd time this season, hoping not to make it 5 tonight. But if they do, Bill's like, you know, it happens. NBA writer Bill Ryder. Thanks, Bill. Always good to have you with us here on HQ. 7 games on the NBA slate tonight. We discuss Philly as they go for an 8th straight win. The T-Wolves, by the way, can take over sole possession of first in the West with a win at Brooklyn. And the Nuggets and Knicks have won a combined 7 straight. Someone's win streak coming to an end tonight in the Big Apple.